Hi, this is Flo from Boxing Evolution TV. I'm here with the founder and the originator of the Hour of Power workout. We spoke to his son, Dragan Radovich, earlier, and I'm now with his dad. His dad's the one who developed the entire workout. He's aged 60 years old, and look at what great physical physique he's in. So, Dragan, what is it that made you develop Hour of Power?
I'm 63 years old, and I started about 30 years ago. And what really made me develop the class is that prior to developing this class, I was doing one class with a partner who was the world karate champion. So both of us were trainers doing the class called body power or something like this. And then we decided to split. So he started his own class, and he, obviously being the karate champion, he was really good with legs. I had no alternative but to do something with the upper body. Then I decided to use some dumbbells, gradually realizing that certain movements are really good for your cardio training, and I slowly developed the class. The class developed quite fast, and there were serious people in the class, and the mentality of those people who liked this class was quite different to other people. So, for example, hardly any of them were doing running, cycling, or any cardio sports, and suddenly, these people come into this form of cardio training with the upper body. And you trained in our class many times, so you know how that feels when you use your upper body properly to develop cardio training. Some years later, I increased the weight and reduced the speed and came to something else that evolved from our power. That's endurance lifting, and that was a really unusual form of training. So unusual that for 10 years I went around the world doing the various contests, and I have never been beaten until Raiko took obviously he trained for many years. So the class started in London about 1981, High Street, Kensington, where I was the club director with my partner. So that's how it started.
Okay, so it's been going for a good while now then. And I believe you were at a convention in America where you took on a team of 10 Marines, and you managed to outlast each of the single 10 Marines back to back.
That's true. That was the first Arnold Classic, my show, first big show at Arnold Classic 2001. And there were more than one team against me, because the price was from $1,000 to $10,000 for various groups of people who could outlift me. One of the groups was, and the most competitive was the group of 10 US Marines. And but there were other groups that I eliminated earlier before. But anyway, I beat them as well. After that, I traveled around America, UK, Canada, and other parts of the world, and many occasions competed against 5 to 10 people. And I have never lost against 5 people. Obviously never lost against one person. So because the form of training is not to do with my genetics, it's really to do with the concept, with the principles of training, and understanding the combination between the resistance to your movement, which means how much weight, and how fast your movement is. Finding the perfect balance is the secret of developing very strong cardiovascular, at the same time having really powerful muscular system. So that's about the contests around the world.
And I believe your record for deadlifts on each arm is 1,000 deadlifts on each arm. I mean 1,000 in total, which is about 500 in each arm.
Yeah, there are different records in different categories, 16 to 20 kilos. 16 kilos.
That's with 20 kilo dumbbells.
Yeah, initially it was 16 kilo, but 20 kilo is 1,000. Yeah, 1,015 or something like that. 500 each arm. It lasted over an hour, non-stop lifting.
Okay. So guys, basically they've got this challenge going now. How much is it for? £10,000?
Yeah.
If you think you can beat Dragan, okay, in the what's it called, the shoulder press, deadlift shoulder press movement?
It's endurance lifting or Dragan challenge.
If you want to take Dragan on at the Dragan challenge, then get in touch with him. Now, what we really Is how this kind of training can benefit fighters such as boxers or mixed martial arts. You're here at the martial arts exhibition today. Have you had any martial artists interested? Have you managed to prove to them that is a good thing?
I think it can make a major improvement in any athlete, any fighter of any kind. The simple reason is that when you lift heavy weights so many times, it's very much like doing many punches. But when we lift the weight, the first lift requires so much energy. The 50th, the same energy, and 500 lift, the same energy. And the body of a human being or a fighter or anybody is used to giving as much energy as it has. But when you lift weights, it cannot adjust to your, like when you punch, you might put all your effort, but your first punch will be stronger than your 10th or 21st or 57th. But my first lift cannot be, my 55th lift has to be the same. So my body is used to actually producing the same amount of energy time and time again. If you apply that to a fighter, that would mean that when he punches the 100th time, it will be the same as the first one. It doesn't matter how much you want to do it. If your body hasn't got the message, which means the same resistance has to, the body learns how to do it. Then imagine the fighter who hits after 10 minutes hits as hard as the first minute. So that fighter will gain a major advantage in his condition. And no other form of training will give you this, because the weight doesn't care how much energy you have. You either lift it or you can't lift it. There's no third option.
I think that's a very, very interesting concept for professional boxing, especially, where you're starting to go into, 6 and over rounds, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 rounds. If we get some really good professional boxers training this, I think we could see some incredible results. What about with MMA as well, where you're grappling and wrestling and stuff like that?
I usually demonstrate one thing like I did early on. I have a boxer right next to me, close to me here. And then I make a movement from here, from my torso, like that. And you disappear from the screen because the movement starts from here.
Yeah.
And the lifting weight as well, lifting the heavy dumbbell. The initial movement is from the torso. From here, when you move upwards, if you try to do it with your shoulder, you can do 10 or 20 lifts. If you initiate the movement from the torso, then continue the movement with your arm, then you can achieve many more movements. That's how my torso developed power all around, not just the abs like this here.
You can see here.
But actually the power is here and here on the side. So when you do that, you're a boxer, of course. You've seen Tyson.
Yeah.
When he moves from here. By the time his fist reaches you, 80% of the power is already in his fist. It's not like the arm, it's the whole torso. So my torso is powerful, as you experienced just now.
A bit of a cheap shot, if I'm honest with you, but I did feel some force in that. I did feel some force just in that rotation. So I mean, and you can see as well, he's almost as ripped as me, and he's 63. And I mean, incredible physique for a guy his age, and I believe that you're only improving with age.
Thank you for saying the guy of his age. So that means if I was younger, this wouldn't be good for a younger person. No.
Before he started Hour of Power, he was a bit of a fatty actually. So he's only improved with age, haven't you?
Of course, you remember that was 1982.
Anyway, lovely speaking to you, Dragan. If you're interested, well, that's just my incredible natural strength. But if you guys are interested in Hour of Power, go to www.hourofpower.com. Is it hourofpower.com? thehourofpower.com, and as you can see, he's almost on my level there. Okay. All right, thank you, Dragan. Bye.
Okay, thank you.